close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. See the horizon, turn us to thousands, and we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways. And on we'll go. See the horizon, turn us to thousands, and we'll grow in number, fueled by them. To see the horizon, turn us to thousands, and on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways. And on we'll go. Through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways. And on we'll go. See the horizon, turn us to thousands, and we'll grow in number, fueled by them. To see the horizon, turn us to thousands, and on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on
Okay, so now I think we are live, and now just tell about the sound quality and video quality, it is good or not, because I have to just check these things. Then we will be just moving on to my clone of like Pinterest, which we are just making today. Okay, so tell me about the sound quality and video quality here, so I can just move on then. So now I'll be doing first of all one thing, going to OBS Streamlabs. Okay, mic is open now, so I think now sound will be just coming here. So just I'll be minimizing that and just comment me sound and like things like that. So I'll be just pop out my chat here. Then here I'll be just doing like size should be just too much small. Okay, so it is just good. So now here just please comment me like now sound quality and video quality is good, so we can just start here. So now I'll be minimizing, going to my Pinterest clone, so you can see there it is. So hello friends and assalamu alaikum, welcome to my channel. I be all designing developer. My name is Inshal Beg. I am a full stack developer and graphic designer. Today I will show you how to build one Pinterest clone in React.js with Firebase, and I hope you will also enjoy this clone like you enjoy one previous clones of like live streaming and previous one which I have just already uploaded with the recording on my channel. So check that out clones also if you don't have, because that clones are also really helpful for you and in your professional life also, and it can also helps you to just applying for jobs and things like that. And if you want to learn like Python, JavaScript, HTML, CSS and many other languages, so here I'll be uploading I've just already uploaded the project related to that, so just go and check that out. And I will be also uploading in future like Python tutorial and Node.js tutorial, and I hope you will be enjoying that also. Now today we will be just building this Pinterest clone, you can see with React.js. So I'm just showing you the demo of Pinterest clone, like how I will be just making. So first of all you can see this will be just icon of Pinterest like you all know. Then if I just do like you can see, then after it we are also getting a home button which is in black color, and in that we are just getting a text of home, and here the H is capital here because first letter should be capital like you all know. Then here we are not getting any of the hover effect on this button because I've just not put that. Then we are getting an input box in which we are getting a search icon with the help of Material UI, and after that within the placeholder we have just written the text of search here, you can see. So you can just here search anything like related to Pinterest, you can search anything. Then here we are also getting a notification sections like updates, you can say in Pinterest you will be getting all the updates like if new things or things like that will be coming, so it will be updating you again and again, and you can just go to a website and check that again and again. And there are also coming some of the memes and like many other like subscribe. Then there are also coming some of the like thanks for watching in the end, which you just put like intro, you can see your outro. There are many things are here, and you can also check some of the details of softwares and many other things are coming here. If I just go to my like this is my profile which I have just made. So if you are just having your profile, so you will be also getting your own profile, so you can also log in and just you can take your own profile here. So you can see now it changed, and you can get some of the other things like that, you can see that. So we are getting more other things, and we are also getting some of the other things like that. So till here I hope you are all understanding. So I'll be just going to my Pinterest, and you can see we are getting many other things here, so you can also see all the things like that. Then the home section, if I press, so you will be at the home. Then you can also edit my home feed or not, now you can press to do that, and simply you can just go here, add another account or unlock your business tools here which you want to. Go to settings and check your settings of your account is good or not, or you can also change it by yourself if you want to. Then underneath we are also having like if you want to download it on the desktop, means here, and if I show you here at your desktop, if you want to download, so you can download that here. Okay, so here you can download, or if you want to log out in the last, so you can log out with this email or sign in with another email you have, or you can also log in without email. But if you want to download anything, so for that you have to just log in, means sign up, or then you can log in, because if you do that, so there will be error and you will be not downloading anything here. So first of all you have to log in here, then you can do like things download or see that things there by going underneath. And if I press that, so you can see it will be taken to like these things, like everything are just written here. You can save this image, follow that, and you can add photo, and many things are here. Then there are also many other things. If I scroll down, then this plus icon, if I press, you can see there are many other things. Press cancel. Now there is also questions if you want to ask, so you can ask that by pressing here, or you can also visit the help center if you don't know about this, or you can also create your own widget here. So there are like some of the things related to games. If you just play, many of the games are here, so you can just play any of the games and take any of the games also. Like here if I scroll down, you can see there is the games like outfit and many other things. You can see outfit and things are coming. Then underneath we are also getting watches and many other things like that. Then if I scroll down, you can see we are also getting thanks for watching, like we put in the end, and many other things are coming, you can see. And how good looking is that? So you can just use anything here you want to, and download anything for your videos, or if you want to just download any image also, you can do that here. So you can see how useful is this Pinterest clone which we are making here. So for building that, before building that, I'll be checking some of the comments, like what comments are coming till here. Okay, so everybody are just commenting like here, so a big comment hi. Okay, so hi to all of you who are just new here, and hi to you also, so a big. Then RB Cuts graphic comment amazing. Okay, so amazing, thank you. Then RB Cuts graphic comment good. Okay, so thanks. Then here everybody are just commenting again and again. Ishwar Lohana comment awesome. Okay, so thank you. Then Chris Harrison comment hello buddy. Okay, so hello to you also here. And now here I want more people in my live chat, so I can just like talk with them also, like I'm talking to them who are just already here. And you can see we are just getting many things here. So now for building this Pinterest clone here, first of all you have to just open your CMD, means command prompt, because here we will be building that. So here I'll be writing CMD, or you can say command prompt, to just download. Here I'll be pressing enter to just open that, and you can see our command prompt window has been opened here. So now for working with this means this Pinterest clone, we have to first of all create our React app. So for creating that, first of all you have to just come in that, and you have to define the location where you have to create your React app or folder which you are working with. So simply I'll be selecting the location of like local disk F, coming underneath here, and simply I'll be writing here like npx, because here like I've told you, npx is a command from which you can just create your React app or folder. So here I'm just creating React app or folder. Here means I'm creating a folder of React app which is called this Pinterest clone. Then here the npm is a command from which you can just run your React app or React app or React folder in your localhost within your default browser like Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, Internet Explorer, or Opera, any browser you are using. So you can just run in any browser you want to, but my opinion is to use Google Chrome, because that provide you like JSX, which is a like you can say extension from JavaScript or React, and it's also help you to just run that correctly at your Google Chrome. So my opinion is to use that, and if you want to use Microsoft Edge also, you can use that, so it is also useful. But my opinion is to not to use like Internet Explorer. You can also use Opera, but Internet Explorer you can't use, because here Internet Explorer is really like old browser you can say, and in that we are also not having some of the feature which we can just run our React app or things like that. So here because of that, my opinion is to use Google Chrome, Opera, or Microsoft Edge, because Microsoft Edge is also a new browser which you can just use to run your React app. So still I hope you understand that all things. Now here I'm just defining the local disk app, because if I don't define the local disk app, so I just define local disk C or D, but the both local disks are just heavy of that. So because of that I am defining local disk F, and in that we are not getting so much data, like we can store this folder here, but we can just store that, but it will be not work really good if I just store in local disk C or local disk D. So if I store in local disk F, so it will be work here, because in that I'm just having so much space, like you can say 988 GB or 1 TB you can say. So here when you define that all thing, just I'll be writing npx create, because here we have to just create our React app. Then after it I'll be writing this dash, because here then after it I'll be writing React for just creating our React app. So simply I'll be writing create dash React, and here I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be coming forward and writing here app. So when you define that all things here, simply I'll be coming forward here also, and then I'll be just writing here like npx create React app. So like you all know I've written this React, because like I've telling you, this React is a command from which you can just create your React app, and in every React app which you have creating, in that all we are just getting a name of React. Like when we just create month, so with the help of R we are getting React.js. Then if we just create in React Native, so in that also we are getting React name, and if we create in React Redux also, in that we are getting React Redux name, and React.js also, so obviously we are getting React.js name. So like that you can just work with. So still here we are just building in React.js. So simply I will be writing here like Pinterest. Then if I want to just build in month, so I'll be writing Pinterest dash month, because it forces month. So here it means like MongoDB, Express, React.js, and Node.js, but I'm not building in that, so I'll be erasing. And if I want to build in React Redux, so I'll be writing Pinterest dash React Redux. So here I'll be writing that. If I want to build like in, you can say React Native, so I'll be writing Pinterest dash React dash native. Then I'll be pressing enter to just create that in React Native, but still here I have to just create in like React.js. So simply I'll be writing Pinterest dash clone, because if I write clone, so it will be automatically generate this file into React.js here, and I want to just create my like Pinterest clone should be in React.js, because still here we are just building this Pinterest clone in React.js. So simply I'll be pressing enter here. You have to do like press enter simply, and you can see it will be take some time to just create your Pinterest clone. So still it is installing here. So first of all I have to check like it is installing or not, because it is really important to check here. Now it is still here installing. It is collecting data and installing some of the packages and libraries which we will be needing to work with that, like React DOM, React scripts, and some of the templates, CRA templates, which we will be needing to work with our Pinterest clone of React.js. And we will be also using Firebase in that, because here we have to just make a section of post, so we can just download anything or things like that. So these download things also come in post, so because of that we have to use Firebase for that, to download anything or to just make that at the like front end of the screen. So just I'll be using Firebase. Now I'll be minimizing sales installing. Now here you have to do one thing, just open a new tab here, then you have to just write here like Firebase, simply firebase.google.com you can write, or you can also simply go to firebase.console.com. so it is a like official website from which you can just work with that. But there are many other extensions also, like AWS, Heroku, but that all extension you have to just pay for them. So my opinion is to use this Firebase, because this provides you many of the good features, quality, and it's also free extension here which you can just use related to Google. And if you want like more good quality and more good things in your React app or many other website which you are making, so you can use AWS or Heroku for that. So my opinion is to just use this Firebase here if you are just for beginner. If you are just professional, so use AWS, because this is a pay, that was a pay version, and it just provide you many other features and quality which you need to just run your website or React app which you are working with. But still here we are working with Firebase, so here I'll be just only writing Firebase. You have to do simply get started button you have to press, because here we have to get started with Firebase here. Simply press now, and you can see when you've done with that things, you can do one thing, like you can just change your account from here by pressing that. But here you can see now we are just having many of the accounts of like Firebase which I've just already created many of the projects. So here I will be not working with this email, I'll be using another email for that here simply. So when you've done with that things here, here you have to do one thing, like, and here I'll be now going to my Firebase console, and you can see we are getting these things. So simply I'll be sign in here by writing one thing like 1 2 3, and I'll be just changing to like password. You can write any of the password here. And when you've done with that things here, I'll be doing one thing here, like I'll be going to Firebase console, and here I'll be just doing like, you can see it will be take some time to just make, and you can see you are just in your email, so you have to write your email address and the things which you are working with, then it will be work. Okay, so here everybody are just commenting. Okay, so everybody are just commenting like that. Okay, so thanks. Okay, so this guy comment like Rohit has comment like this thing, so just not comment that. I'm just warning you one time, like not comment these things, because if you do that, so I will be just blocking you here. So not do these things here. So here if you want to do so, you can just go in another place and do that thing. So don't spread like these things like that, because everyone are watching, like I'm telling you previously also, like my family members and everyone, it is going whole over the world, like it is live stream. So just take care about that. And here just not comments like that, because here I want to just check these comments again and again, and just I'm warning you first time, like not comment like that. If you do that, so I want to just block you, and I just not feel really good to just block you in the live stream. So take care about your words and your comments which you are doing here. So here you can just ask any questions or answer if you want to related to like this topic which we are working with, but not do these comments here, because from that I'm just not feeling good. And here these comments are really bad, so you can just do this comment only one time. You have just done many time this comment, so just not do that here. So here just take care about these comments, and if you want to do, you can do one time here, or just you don't do it here if you want to. Okay, so just thank you. Then here Prit Mulani comment, hi champ. Okay, so the Prit Mulani comment, this guy is totally jealous. Okay, so just not care about the guys who are just spreading the like who are just spreading these things here, like who are spreading bad words or anything like that. Don't just go there and just not take care about that people who are just coming and just spreading this hate. So just not care about that. Just we have to focus on our work, and we can just like talk only by self. So just not care about that people who are just commenting and spreading like this hates comments and doing like spreading hate on my like live chat. So here just I'm warning you again and again, like not do that comments here. So I want to just block you, and I will be also not feeling good here to just block you here. So take care about that comment. So just now we will be moving further on, and I'll be just going to my like Firebase project. So till here we have just understand. I hope you all understand that all things. So simply I'll be doing, first of all, doing one thing, like I'll be pressing simply add project button, because till here we have to just add a project of Firebase. Press add project button, then you have to just write a project name here. So you can just write project name like, we are just building Pinterest clone simply, so I'll be writing Pinterest dash clone, and you have to do nothing, just you have to press continue to just move further on. You can see we are just move further on. Then you can just enable Google Analytics for this project, and it is recommended to do, because if I just disable, you can see all the things are having a cross icon after, means before that. So from that, this means like it will be not containing these things which we are just having. So take care about that things here. And now here we don't want these, means we want these things, and here we don't want to just having a cross icon before that. So here I'll be just enabling this Google Analytics for this project again by pressing that, and you can see everything are just enabled and not having any of the icon before that here. So you can also means if you can also read this if you don't know about Google Analytics or Firebase project, but I'm telling you these things so you don't have to read that all. But if you are beginner, so it is really important to read that above thing which you are just coming. So you can just like you can also mean, and you can also tell about Firebase and many other thing. You will be just having information of that. If you want to get information of Firebase, you can just read that things. Simply I'll be pressing continue button, because now these things are done. Press that. So here we will be just configuring our Google Analytics. Just I've telling you previously also in Firebase, like there are some of the hackers and many other people who just come and they try to just hack this Firebase console. So because of that, the Firebase make one thing, like they configure our Google Analytics like account which we are having, because the hackers come, and if you want to hack this Firebase console, so for that you don't have to make account. And here if we don't make account, so here you want to just configure Google Analytics, means you have to just configure your account which we have just made to just move further on. But hackers do one thing, like they don't configure their account, they just go forward and just hack their Firebase, and it is just done like 10 to 11 times. So for that if we do it not again, so because of that they just they take 3 steps, but it was just 2 step here, like previous step was the last step previously, but now there are 3 steps to just do that all things. Now you have to select a Firebase default account which you are using, or you can also create a new account here if you want to, or if you don't have. But I'll be simply I'll be selecting this default account for Firebase to just work with that. Press here, and if you don't have account, you can create a new account from here, or automatically create a new property in this account if you want to. Just I'll be doing one thing, pressing create project to simply work with. And here I'll be checking some of the comments still here. Okay, everybody are just commenting, you are absolutely right. Okay, so everybody are just commenting, and here I'll be just scrolling down, and Prit Mulani comment like keep going, boy you are amazing as usually, so thank you. Then here Bhumika Kalari comment like hello, I am coming your regular viewer. Okay, so thank to just coming regularly. Then here RLL, or this is RI, I can't stand that. So how you learn JavaScript? Okay, so just I'm just learning JavaScript many many of the previous, you can say that previous years. So because of that I'm just learning, and I'm just also doing practice of these things day by day, so my skill is just going better, and I'm just working with that. But now some of the days, or you can say some of the months, I'm just working with React. So here I'm also making some of the clones of React, so just I can show you how to build. And now we are just on our dashboard of Pinterest clone here by pressing continue button. Now you have to just make an app of that, so you don't have to press this Android because it is for Java if you are working with that, but still we are working with React. So here I'll be simply pressing web icon here by pressing that, and it will be taken to the register app section. Here you have to register your app. So this box should be just disabled for some time, but it will be just opened after that. You have to do one thing, you have to write your app name. So simply write the name of your project which you have written, or you can also write your own name of app if you want to. Just here we have to set up our Firebase hosting, means you have to just host your app in your local host or your default browser which you are working with, or your, you can say Google. So I'll be just simply pressing this, or you can say checkbox, press this checkbox, and you can see we have just ticked that. So I'll be simply pressing register app to just register my app, and you can see my app has been just registered here. You can see that, so it will be take some time to just registering that all things here. So still here I hope you understanding that all things, and still if you are enjoying that video, so please like that, and if you are just new to my channel, so please subscribe the button, press subscribe button, and after that you have to also hit the notification bell, from which you will be getting all the notifications of my video when I will be uploading. So from that it will be also help for you, and it will be also help for me, because from that you will be learning more new things, more new clones, and more new project which I will be uploading in future, and the previous one also which I have just already uploaded. So just remember to subscribe and like the video, and also share it if you want to. So here you can see then we are getting copy and paste this script into the bottom of your body tag. If you want to just copy and paste that things, but my opinion is to not to do, because these things we have to do when we are working with Java or Kotlin language, because that languages are used for like app, and when we are working with app, so then we have to just copy and paste that code underneath your body tag. But still we are not working with any app, we are working with still clone and in React.js, so we don't have to do that. If you want to you can do, but it will be confusing for you, so because of that I'm not doing, and there is not the big deal to just put that in your app also or in your clone. So there is only like your own opinion, if you want to just put that here if you want to, or if you don't want to, you don't also not put that if you want. So I'll be simply pressing next button to just go forward, and here you have to download Firebase if you want to. Okay, so obviously if you just set up the Firebase, you have to also download that in your folder. So I'll be simply copying that by pressing Ctrl C, press next button here, and here if you want to deploy, but we will be deploying in the end when we will be just making our Pinterest clone, simply I'll be pressing continue to console. You can see you are at your console now. Just you have to do one thing like which is really important to do. Just you have to go to authentication of your like project which you have just made, press authentication here, then you have to just press get started button which is just coming at the top here. So you have to do one thing like that. So simply when you've done that, go to email and password and enable that both things here, because that both things are coming in email and password, and we have to just enable that. So simply I'll be enabling that things, and simply I'll be doing one thing, I'll be saving that all here. So when you've done with that here, you can see everything is just good to go, and you can just work with that things. So when you've done that, just you have to do one thing here, like you have to just go to users, and you can also add a user you want to, but we have not set up any of the user for that. So and we will be also not working, so I'll be not doing anything for that. And you can also set up the database if you are working anywhere with database, but we are not doing that, so I'll be not setting up any Firebase or setting up any database. So now here if I go to my command prompt, you can see our Pinterest clone React.js is now ready, so you can just work with that here simply. So here I'll be scrolling down, and you can see everything is just ready, you can just move to go. So I'll be just now closing this command prompt here, because now my folder has ready. So here I can just open that in my VS Code, simply close here. Then simply you have to go to your search bar, or you can also open that from desktop if you are having shortcut of that, but I'll be opening from here because some of time our desktop shortcut is also delete from our computer. So I'll be just simply open from here. Like VS Code you can write a Visual Studio Code, but this short form of that you can write and press enter. Or there is also one way to just like open this like only VS Code. I am telling about only VS Code, not with another text. If you are just having VS Code, so you can write dot code, press enter. You can see it is dot coming, so if I write code dot, means this is called period in that. So press enter, and you can see simply your Visual Studio Code is opened. So this is a shortcut way from which you can just open your VS Code. But this dot which is just we have written after code, it is not called dot, it is called period in the VS Code when we have to just open that. So now simply I'll be closing, because here now we don't have to do any work with like command prompt, because here our folder has been now installed. Close here, then here just I'll be closing that, and simply I'll be doing one thing, like here I'll be going to file, press open folder, because I have to open my folder. Simply my folder was downloaded in local disk, I have pressed that, and here I'll be just scrolling down to check my like clone, and you can see there is our Pinterest clone which you have to work with. Close that here. Simply I'll be just pressing that and opening and pressing select folder underneath Pinterest clone which is written. Press that, and you can see your clone has been just opened here, Pinterest clone folder which we have to work with. Then in that folder we are just getting some of the three folders, like one is called node module, second one is public folder, then third one is source folder. So first of all we have to talk about like what is this node module. So before that I'll be installing my Firebase tools which I have just copied from Firebase here. So first of all I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be coming here and pasting my tools which I have just copied of Firebase. Simply press Ctrl V to paste and press enter to just install that here. So you can see not is installing here, rollback and fetching data and some of the other, and it is also resolving some of the new modules which we will be needing to work with our Firebase here. So simply, I hope you understand till here. Now we have to just understand what is this node modules first of all. So if I open this node modules, in this node modules you will be containing some of the folders, libraries and many other things which you have to just work with. Like that, you can see many of the libraries, folder and packages are just coming in this node modules folder, and it's also contains some of the npm packages which just help you just run your React app in localhost and in your default browser which you are working with. And here there is also containing some of the folder of other languages like Babel, JSX, Node.js and many other languages which you have to work with in your clone. So here if you are working with testing libraries in your clone, so you can just work with, but my opinion is to not to use this testing libraries, because this testing libraries only use in some of the clones which is really important to make, or in some of the apps which you are just making. But this Pinterest clone is a big clone, so we don't need this testing libraries to use here, and we also not need some of the like these address folders or these things, so we will be already deleting that when we will be deleting our testing libraries. So here now I hope you understand what this node modules folder does and what things we are just having in this node modules folder. So now here we will be containing some of the folders, packages, libraries like I've told you previously of React.js, and it just helps you to run your React.js app. And still if you are not having this node modules folder when you just create your React app, so there is one shortcut way to just download this node modules folder. If you just download your Pinterest clone or any other clone which you are working with React, or you have just installed that from like command prompt or terminal, and if you are not having node modules folder, so the shortcut way is to just install this node modules folder is to just simply go to terminal. And this node modules folder is really important to download, because if you don't have in your clone or any project, so it will be not run in localhost, means your React app will be not run in localhost, and your default browser it will be giving error again and again, and you will be thinking about the error. So here you have to just write the shortcut way to just install that. You have to simply write npm install, and here you have to just write 2 times end. So this means like if you press shift and 7, so it will be coming 2 times. Then you have to just write here like npm, okay, and here you have to press start. So this means like first of all this npm install means it will be installing this node modules folder first of all. Then it means like and, like you all know, then and then you can say that then it will be just starting our like React app when it will be installed node modules here. So like that you can just install, and when you will be pressing enter it will be take some time or seconds and it will be installed that. But node modules will be take some time to just install, so you have to wait some of the minutes like 5 to 10 minutes just installing that. So I'll be closing this panel by pressing this close button, because now I hope you understand what this node modules folder does and what in this node modules we are just having. I'll be closing this by pressing that here. Then simply I'll be opening public folder, and you can see in this public folder we are containing some of the logos of React. One is called favicon.ico, then second one is logo192.png and logo512.png. so these folder means these logos contain some of the like React logos. If I just show you by open, you can see that we are containing some of the React logos. So these logos help you just run your React app in localhost, and it is also linked with this index.html file. But this only both logo like favicon.ico and one logo192.png, so it is not linked, like this logo is too much big and it will be not having any of the space to just link this in index.html file. And in this index.html file we are getting some of the codes which just help you just run your React app in localhost. And here you will be thinking about these both files, so don't care about that, because these both files are really not important in any of the like folder of public, and it is just only used for just run your React app, and it is only used for like Google or anything, so you don't care about that files. And in this file you can see we are containing some of the code which helps you just run your React app, and it is also linked with our logo which we are having in this public folder here. And from source folder, like this is the source folder, and I'll be showing you what is this folder. So this public folder you can think like it is just used for like only running your React app and localhost, because at that work is like that. So I'll be closing this public folder, because now I hope you understand what this public folder does and what it's for. Close that folder now means close that file, and I'll be opening source folder here. So in this source folder you will be containing some of the like files of React, you can see, in which I'll be writing codes of React here and running that in my localhost. So first of all by doing that means before that I'll be just deleting some of the files from here like app.test.js, setup.test.js and logo.svg. So we'll be thinking like why I'm deleting that file. So like I've telling you, I have to delete testing libraries from my package of node modules, means folder of node modules. So for deleting that I have to also delete this testing libraries, and we will be also not needing of any testing file or testing libraries here. So I am deleting that here, and when I will be deleting from here it will be automatically delete from node modules also. So now you will be thinking like why I'm deleting logo.svg file. So this logo.svg file has been just containing this logo URL, and this logo is URL of like React logo, which I'm just telling you at the public folder. So you will be thinking like I'm deleting logo from here, so why I'm not deleting the logo from like public folder? So answer is like this public folder contains the React logo, but that logos are in public folder, and in public folder we don't have to write any code or anything like that. We have to write our all the codes in source folder. So because of that we have to delete logo.svg, means React logo, from here, and we will be also using our own logo of Pinterest like I've shown you in the demo. So because of that I'm deleting from here, and just I'll be doing one thing. I'll be simply pressing right click and pressing delete to just delete that all things. Here all the things has been deleted. So simply now you can just take some break, because here our main things has been done, and you can just drink some water like I am drinking, or take some snacks, because from that your mind will be also fresh and you will be also good at coding when you will be just going further on. So still here, I hope you're enjoying that all things. Now I'll be just going to file and simply pressing save button. So it is good. Now go to app.js and delete all the things which is just written in this div tag, because I will be writing my own codes of that. Simply press backspace and just also erase this import logo from logo.svg, because we have just already deleted that file here. Simply close here and save here. Then you have to go to app.css also and delete all the codes from here also, because we will be using our own codes like I'm telling you. Close that by writing that all things. Go to file, press save button. Simply go to index.css file here, and I'll be pressing enter, then writing this icon, and then I'll be coming and writing here like margin 0 pixel. So simply when you've done that, simply you have to save here, or you can write only 0. I'll be writing that. Press this icon, save here, simply go to app.js, and it is good to go. So when you've done with that things, we can just check our live stream, how much time it has been gone. Okay, so 40 minutes has been crossed and 14 likes here. So thank you for this likes. So now here I'll be doing one thing, minimizing that. Still here, I hope you understand that. I'll be coming here and I'll be writing here like this is our like Pinterest clone which we are making now here, because I have just linked that with the demo one which we have to make. Then I'll be writing text view equal app. You have to simply close here, write media.source.app. Simply you have to close that by writing this close curly bracket, and you have to come underneath here, write test. And when you've done that, just I'll be writing app equal view. So when you've done that, just I'll be writing another thing which should be just having source.floor, and I'll be writing that to .view. So when you've done that all things here, simply write close bracket here, means close curly brackets you can say. And here I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be going to top and just for just wrong code, so I'll be changing that to floor here. Then here I'll be coming and writing here another thing which will be just having app. And when you've done that, just I'll be writing media equal, change that to like you can say that test. You have to close here, simply come here also, then write floor. And here when you've done that, just I'll be writing like that to media, then you have to write that to test. Simply you have to close this curly brackets here, come underneath and write here like another thing which should be media. So just you have to write it correctly. Then when you've done that, just I'll be coming forward and writing that to text equal floor. So here I'll be writing. So when you've done that, just I'll be writing here like media, and I'll be writing like .app.load. So simply when you've done that, close here, then I'll be coming underneath also, and just I'll be writing here to like just you can change that. First of all I'll be writing here, then I'll be changing that to random. Simply when you've done that, I'll be writing here another thing which should be random equal area. Then I'll be closing that here, simply coming here also and writing that to app. But first of all I'll be changing that to like you can say floor. Then I'll be writing here .random, and I'll be writing here like area you can say. So just close that by writing close curly brackets here again. Then coming after and just creating a tag which should be you can say that div, and I'll be writing here like area here. Then I'll be writing like equal view, and here I'll be closing that, then writing here floor.app.media. So here I'll be writing .media and I'll be writing that to floor.view. So simply when you've done that, I'll be closing this curly brackets here, and when you've done with that things here, you have to do one thing, like you have to just go to file and press save button to just save that. So when you've done that, just I'll be closing this index.css file from here, then go to app.css here, then I'll be coming here also, and I'll be just writing one thing, like just I'll be writing like this sign and writing margin 0 pixel. Then I'll be writing padding which should also be 0 pixel. Then create that to like box sizing border box. So when you've done with that things here, simply I'll be coming here creating float into left, then I will be also writing that to like box sizing border box. Then when you've done that, just create that to another thing which should be, you can say, so here I'll be checking one thing at my live streaming, like here just I'll be coming. Okay, so till here we have just done till here. Okay, so here it is good. You can see if I go forward. Okay, so it is good. So I'll be now minimizing that from here. Then I'll be coming one thing, like here I'll be writing that to text align center, and when you've done that, just I'll be coming here again and I'll be changing this tag to, like, you can say, font style normal. So here I'll be writing. So when you've done with that things here, I'll be writing another thing which should be just having, like, first of all I'll be erasing that all things. Then I'll be writing here, like, we have written box sizing 2 times. So here I'll be writing like text align center, and here I'll be writing that to, like, justify content which should be in center. Then I'll be writing that to, like, align items which should be in center, create that to display of block, and also create that to another thing, like, first of all I'll be writing that create font style normal, and here I'll be writing another thing which should be just text justify which should be inherit. So when you've done that, I'll be writing here like another thing which should be just like font size which should be 14 pixel, and here I'll be writing font weight which should be 600. Now when you've done that, I'll be changing that to font family which should be Mont Serif here, comma sans serif. So here simply I'll be writing that. So when you've done that all things, but first of all I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be pressing enter here, then here I'll be writing comma sans serif. So I'll be coming here and writing that to, like, border 1 pixel solid white. So here when you've done with that thing, simply I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be writing here like border color. So here I'll be writing that which should be white. So when you've done that all thing, just I'll be writing color which should be black. So when you've done that, I'll be writing here like border radius which should be 10 pixel here. So I'll be writing that. So when you've done with that thing, where I'll be writing border left which should be 100 pixel. So here when you've done that, I'll be writing border right 100 pixel now. So here when you've done with that things here, so when you've done that, just I'll be writing border top which should be 100 pixel. Then I'll be writing border bottom. So here I'll be writing border bottom 100 pixel. Then I'll be writing border style which should be none. So when you've done that, I'll be writing border width now which should be 100 pixel. So when you've done that, I'll be writing line height 100 pixel now. So when you've done that, I'll be writing width 100 pixel, create height which should be 100 pixel, and I'll be writing that to, like, border none, and I'll be also writing that to, like, outline none. And simply when you've done that, I'll be writing that to list style which should be none. So when you've done that, I'll be writing list style type which should be none. So when you've done that, I'll be writing flex direction which should be column. So here I'll be writing. So when you've done that, I'll be writing flex wrap which should be wrap reverse. So here when you've done that all things, just I'll be writing flex flow column, create flex basis which should be content here. So when you've done that, I'll be writing that to another thing, you can say that flex, and change that to flex grow which should be inherit, and here I'll be writing that to flex and change that to flex shrink inherit. So when you've done that, I'll be writing direction which should be inherit. Then you have to just come underneath here and create that to background color which should be white. So when you've done that, I'll be coming underneath here and writing that to, like, color which should be black, and here I'll be just first of all coming here also and then writing here like background, change that to, like, background position which should be in center, and here I'll be also writing that to background position -x which should be in center. So simply write that. Then I'll be also writing that to background position y. So here I'll be writing that which should be in center. So when you've done with that things here, simply I'll be coming here and writing that to, like, background attachment which should be fixed, and here I'll be writing that to, like, background position. First of all I'll be writing background size cover. So when you've done that all things, just I'll be coming here creating background clip which should be content box. Then I'll be writing background, and here I'll be changing that to, like, background origin which should be content box, and when you've done that, I'll be writing that to, like, background repeat which should be repeat. So when you've done with that things here, I'll be coming underneath also again, then creating background blend mode which should be color burnt. So when you've done that, just I'll be coming here and creating that to background, change that to background image which should be having the URL of, like, background, and here I'll be writing .jpeg. Simply close here, come underneath, create nav index which should be current, and I'll be writing nav left which should be current here. So when you've done that, I'll be writing nav right which should be current, and simply you have to do first of all one thing, like nav of current. So here I'll be writing that, and here when you've done that all things, just I'll be writing nav down, current. So when you've done that all things, just I'll be coming underneath here and I'll be writing here. First of all, I'll be writing that, and I'll be writing that to 12 pixel create. Another thing which should be just padding left, which should be 12 pixel, and when you've done that, I'll be writing padding right, which should be 12 pixel here, and I'll be writing padding top, which should be 12 pixel. So when you've done that, I'll be writing padding bottom, which should be 12 pixel, and I'll be writing that to margin 10 pixel here, and I'll be also writing that to margin left. So here simply write like margin left 10 pixel. So when you've done that all thing, just I'll be writing margin right, which should be 10 pixel, and I'll be writing that to margin top, which should be 10 pixel. So simply when you've done that, I'll be writing margin bottom 10 pixel. So here we have done that all things. So when you've done that, just you have to go to file, press save button to just save that, and your work has done. So simply when you've done with that things here, now I'll be checking some of the comments like till here how comments are just coming there. So I'll be opening comment box. Okay, so everybody are just commenting. Okay, so Chris Harrison comment like you're absolutely right. In this age, learn JavaScript is very difficult. Okay, so thank you. Then here Bhumika Klari comment this icons, thanks. Then I want more comments from you so I can just check that. So I'll be minimizing that, simply going to live stream. Okay, so till here we have just defined that all things, and till here I hope you are enjoying that live stream here. So just I'll be minimizing that, and here I'll be scrolling down, and here I'll be just going like to app.js, and you can see till here we have defined. So now I'll be copying this app class name, but before that I'll be coming to my app.css file, and here I'll be simply writing like dot, but I'll be not writing dot because it is not a class. I'll be defining a body tag here, and when you're defining tag, so you don't have to write dot in the starting. We write dot when we have to define any class here, but body is not a class, it's just a tag. So I'll be just defining body simply like that, then create justify content center. So when you've done that, just I'll be writing that to like align items, which should be in center, and when you've done that, just I'll be writing that to like display a block. So when you've done that, I'll be writing text align center, and when you've done that, I'll be writing floating left, and here when you've also done that, so I'll be writing that to like box sizing border box. Then when you've done that all thing, just I'll be writing like font style normal, and here I'll be writing that to like text justify, which should be inherit. So when you've done that, just I'll be writing that another tag which should be font size 14 pixel, create font weight also, which should be 500, and I'll be changing that to like font family, which should be Montserrat, and I'll be writing that to comma sans serif simply. So when you've done that, I'll be writing that to like border 1 pix solid white. So when you've done that all thing, just I'll be writing border color, which should be white here. So when you've done that all thing, just I'll be writing color, which should be black, and here I'll be writing border radius, which should be 10 pixel. So when you've done that, I'll be writing border left, which should be 100 pixel. So here we have done that all thing, just I'll be writing border right 100 pixel now. So first of all I'll be writing that, then I'll be writing border top 100 pixel, and create that to like border bottom now simply, which should be 100 pixel. So when you've done that all thing, just I'll be writing border style none, and here I'll be writing that to like border width 100 pixel, then I'll be writing line height, which should be also 100 pixel simply, create width 100 pixel, and I'll be writing height, which should be 100 pixel. And you've done that all thing, just I'll be writing border should be none. So here we have done that. Now I'll be writing outline none. So when you've done with that thing there, simply I'll be coming underneath, creating flex direction column, then create that to like flex wrap, which should be wrap reverse. So when you've done that, I'll be writing flex flow column, and when you've done with that thing, simply I'll be coming here, creating flex spaces, which should be content, create flex grow inherit, and I'll be also writing flex string inherit. So when you've done that, just I'll be doing one thing here, like I'll be coming underneath here and writing that to direction inherit. So when you've done that all things here, simply I'll be coming underneath, create background, which should be white. So here I'll be writing that. So when you've done that all thing, just I'll be writing background color, which should be white, and I'll be writing that to like background position. So simply I'll be writing like background position in center, and I'll be writing like background position X. So here simply right here, which should be in center. So when you've done that, I'll be now writing like background position dash Y. So here I'll be writing that which should be in center. So when you've done with that thing, simply I'll be writing like background size, which should be cover, and I'll be writing that to like background attachment, which should be fixed. So when you've done that all thing, just I'll be writing another thing, which should be just background flip, content box, create background origin here simply, which should also be content box. Then I'll be writing here Another thing which should be just background, change that to like background repeat, which should be repeat. And here I'll be writing that to like background blend mode, color band simply. Now when you've done that, I'll be writing that to like background image, and it should be just having the URL of like background simply, and I'll be changing that to like background 1.jpg. So when you've done that, I'll be now writing that to nav index current now. So when you've done that, I'll be writing nav left, which should be current here. So when you've done that, I'll be writing nav up current, and here I'll be writing that to nav right current. And when you've done that all thing, just I'll be writing nav down, which should be current. So when you've done that, I'll be writing padding, which should be 15 pixel, create padding left, which should be also 15 pixel here. So when you've done that, I'll be just doing one thing here, like I'll be writing that to padding left, which should be 15 pixel, create padding right, which should be 15 pixel, create that to like padding top, which should be 15 pixel here. So when you've done that all thing, just I'll be writing padding bottom also 15 pixel. So when you've done that, I'll be writing margin 11 pixel here, simply create margin left, which should be 11 pixel. So when you've done that, I'll be just erasing this eye from here, and I'll be writing like that simply. So when you've done with that things, I'll be coming here and I'll be writing margin right, which should be 11 pixel, and create margin top, which should be 11 pixel, and I'll be writing margin bottom, which should be also 11 pixel here. So when you've done that, just go to file and press save button to just save, and here now it is done. So when you've done with that things here, simply go to app.js, and I'll be copying this by pressing Ctrl C, go to app.css, come underneath here, simply write dot, and I'll be just going to top and checking one thing here, like first of all go to top. Okay, so it is perfect. Then I'll be coming pressing Ctrl V to just paste my class name, coming here creating justify content, which should be in center. I'll be writing align items, which should be in center here, create that to like display of block, and I'll be writing here like text align in center. So when you've done that, I'll be writing that to like note into left here simply, and create that to like box sizing border box. So when you've done that, I'll be writing font style normal, and here I'll be writing that to like text justify inherit. So when you've done that all things, just I'll be writing another thing which should be like font style, which we have already done. Now I'll be writing font size, which should be 14 pixel, create font weight, which should be like 500, and create that to like font family. So here I'll be writing that, which should be like Montserrat. And when you've done with that things, first of all I'll be coming here creating that comma sans serif. So when you've done with that things, here I'll be coming underneath, and here I'll be writing like border one fixed solid white. So here I'll be writing that. So when you've done with that thing, simply I'll be writing like border color, which should be white, and right here like color, which should be black. Then here I'll be changing that to like border left 100 pixel, create border right, which should be also 100 pixel, and I'll be writing that to like border top 100 pixel. Then here I'll be writing border bottom, which should be 100 pixel, create another tag which should be just having border style none, create that to like border, and change that to like border width 100 pixel, create a tag which should be having line height 100 pixel, create width 100 pixel, and I'll be writing height, which should be 100 pixel. Simply come underneath here, write border none. Here I'll be also writing another thing which should be outline none, and when you've done that, I'll be writing list style, which should be none. So still here when you've done that, I'll be writing list style type none. So here when you've done that, just I'll be writing flex direction, it should be column. So when you've done that all things, just I'll be writing flex wrap, which should be wrap reverse. So here when you've done with that things, here I'll be coming here also creating flex flow column, create flex spaces content, and here I'll be writing flex grow, which should be inherit here. So when you've done with that thing, just I'll be writing flex string inherit, create direction, which should be inherit. So when you've done that, I'll be writing background, which should be white here. So when you've done that all thing, just I'll be writing another thing which should be having background color white, and I'll be changing that to like background position, which should be in center. So when you've done that, I'll be writing like background position dash x, which should be in center here simply. So when you've done that all thing, just I'll be writing background position dash y. So here I'll be writing that, which should be in center. Then I'll be also writing that to like background attachment, which should be fixed. So when you've done that, I'll be writing that to like background size, which should be cover, and here I'll be writing that to like background, change that to like background and right here like background clip content box, and change that to like background origin, which should be content box. Now when you've done that, I'll be writing background repeat, which should be repeat. So when you've done with that things here, simply I'll be coming here also creating background and change that to like background blend mode, which will be color 1. So here when you've done that, just I'll be writing background image here simply. We should be having the URL here, we should be having like background, and here I'll be changing that to first of all going to top, and there is like background 1.jpg. so here I'll be writing like background 2.jpg simply. So close here, and here you have to write like nav index current. Then when you've done that, I'll be writing nav left, which should be current, and here I'll be also writing like nav right current. And when you've done that, I'll be writing nav up current, create that to like nav down, which should be current. So when you've done with that thing, simply I'll be coming here creating padding 12 pixel, create padding left 12 pixel, and here I'll be writing padding right, which should be 12 pixel. And here when you've done with that things, here I'll be writing padding top 12 pixel, and here I'll be writing padding bottom 12 pixel. So when you've done that, I'll be writing margin 15 pixel, create margin left, which should be 15 pixel here, and I'll be also writing that to like margin right, which should be 15 pixel, and I'll be writing that to like margin top, which should be 15 pixel, and create another tag which should be having margin bottom 15 pixels. So simply when you've done with that things here, you have to go to file, press save button, and it's good. So when you've done with that, just I'll be going to app.json. You can see we have done that. So I'll be copying this view tag after here by pressing Ctrl C. So here we have just done with that thing there. Now I'll be just opening my chat box to see some of the comments, what comments still here are coming. Open. Okay, so everybody are just commenting thank you. Then here it means okay, so here your hard working is awesome, thank you. Then Desal Roy comment hi buddy, thanks. Then he comments like what does flex basis do. Okay, so this flex basis just change the like basis of their border, which is just coming at the border, and it just flags the border here and changes basis. So because of that, I'm writing flex basis, which should be content here. So now when you've done that, just I'll be simply minimizing here and saving that. So yeah, just I'll be checking like on my videos. Okay, so still here we are getting 16 likes, so thank you all to just giving likes like that, because I want your likes and I also want your support to just make these things here. Okay, so still here we have just worked with that things. Okay, so when you've done with that, just I'll be simply minimizing that here. Still here we have understand that all. We have just copied view tag, go to app.css. now here I'll be going to top, and still app we have defined, so I'll be just scrolling down here. Then I'll be coming underneath and I'll be just writing dot, pasting my class name which I have just copied. Then here I'll be coming like that, writing justify content, which should be in center. Now when you've done that, I'll be writing align items, which should be in center here simply. So when you've done that, I'll be writing that to like display of blocks. When you've done that, I'll be writing text align in center. So when you've done that, I'll be writing float into left. And when you've done with that thing where I'll be writing box sizing, which should be border box. So when you've done that, I'll be writing that to like font style normal, and here I'll be also writing text justify, which should be inherit here. So when you've done that, just I'll be writing font size 15 pixel, create font weight here simply. So here I'll be writing font weight 600, and I'll be also writing that to like font family simply, which should be Mont Serif again, comma sans serif. So when you've done that, just I'll be writing now border, which should be one thing solid white, and here now I'll be writing that to like border color, which should be white, and here I'll be also changing that to like border style, which should be none. I'll change that to like color, which should be black. So when you've done that, I'll be writing that to like border left 100 pixel, create that to like border right 100 pixel here simply. And when you've done that, I'll be writing border top, which should be 100 pixel now. So when you've done that here, so I'll be writing like border bottom, which should be 100 pixel here. So when you've done with that things, I'll be coming underneath here and writing that to like border, change that to like border width 100 pixel, create line height, which should be 100 pixel. Then I'll be writing width 100 pixel, create that to like height 100 pixel, and I'll be writing that to like border radius, which should be 10 pixel. So simply right here, then I'll be also writing that to like border, which should be none, and I'll be also writing that to like outline none here. But before that, I'll be going to top, and here I'll be changing that to like border radius simply. I'll be writing that to 10 pixels. So when you've done with that things, I'll be going to top, and here we have not defined border radius. So when you've done with that, just I'll be scrolling down, and still we have done that all. Just I'll be doing one thing here, like I'll be coming underneath here and writing that to like list style none. And here when you've done that, first of all I'll be writing that correctly. Then I'll be writing list style type, which should be none. So here when you've done that, I'll be writing flex direction, which should be column. So here I'll be writing. So when you've done that, I'll be writing flex wrap, which should wrap reverse. And here I'll be also writing that to like flex flow column. Then I'll be writing that to like flex basis, which should be content. So still when you've done that, I'll be writing flex grow inherit, and I'll be also changing that to flex shrink inherit, create direction inherit. So when you've done that, I'll be coming underneath it completely and writing background white simply here, and I'll be also changing that to like background color, which should be white. And here I'll be writing that to like background position, which should be in center. So when you've done that all things here, so I'll be coming